Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM. We're streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com. Follow us on Twitter at WLCN Sports. And we're on Facebook. Good morning, Scott.
We're everywhere.
Kirby, Joe Ryan, Jake Johnston, Lloyd Kirby, Jim Ash. We are downtown Lincoln in front of Joe Ryan Country Financial.
Where it's always a good day to get insurance.
It is.
Hey, I tell you what, it's good to have you back, fearless leader.
Yeah.
You've been gone for a while.
I don't know exactly what you were doing. There's rumors that we can't say on the air. But,
Just
it's good to have you back.
Well, it's good to be back, guys, and I know you've missed me.
Well, I'll tell you what, we didn't know what to do. We would walk around here, bump into each other. Nobody knew how to turn anything on. We didn't know how to talk.
I will say that
we need the leadership.
From multiple sources, I was told it was a much more intelligent radio show.
Good morning.
But, hey, you know what? It is what
Multiple
it is.
sources as in two?
Multiple.
Well,
There is a large following.
I can leave right now if you want, if that's going to make it better.
No, you're a jolly fellow.
You definitely make it more entertaining.
Well, that's
Now,
what I'm here for. I'm
if
an
we
entertainer.
pulled out a couple of 22s, or three of them, and we each had 6 shots, who would hit the most pigeons, you think, up there? On top of that courthouse.
Well, is that a challenge?
Yes.
Do we have any 22s laying around?
Jim, can we have challenges like that? Is this guy in your way? You want to talk on the radio? No?
No. Turn down on that one.
No goes. No goes.
Hey,
all right.
There's always time for the radio. Well,
I feel like I could. I might be able to.
You're a farm boy, but I'm telling you right now, I don't think
the city of Lincoln would appreciate
No,
it.
they would not. Or Logan County.
Because there will be.
Jim could just file for a permit.
Yes, we need a permit for.
Remember when they used to do it? Sheriff Patterson, those guys come around and shoot pigeons in the roofs and stuff, get rid of them.
Did they really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
That's not allowed anymore.
I would think
PETA
so.
would
They have rights, don't they?
The pigeons have rights. Pigeons' lives matter.
Yes. There's always something going on.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day down here.
It is. And speaking of something going on, there's. Oh, sorry. You all right?
Oh, boy.
There's a lot going on today, guys. It's Lincoln Balloon Fest. Balloons will be going up tonight. Balloon Glow.
That's fun.
All kinds of stuff going on out at the airport.
Yep. What will you be doing out there? Anything?
Me?
Going out? You going out tomorrow?
I might go out, yeah.
All right.
We'll see. Joseph's going out.
You've got stuff to do.
I got to work a little bit.
You're volunteering out there, aren't you?
I volunteer to do a little bit.
Hey, you are a man of
It's
the
time
community.
to give back to the community.
You are a man of the community.
All right, so we'll be back out there so you can get back to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, I know all about you. I know all about your community involvement.
Congratulations to the Lincoln Raider football team, guys. Kick off the 2017 season with a big win over in Macomb, Illinois. A low-scoring game, 7-6.
It was a
I was following the game on Twitter. Thanks to Lloyd. Had a couple touchdowns called back, so that's a big momentum breaker right there. So it could have been a bigger win or a bigger victory, as far as points for the Railers than it was. But nonetheless, it's a victory.
I feel those calls were some homers calls.
Homers?
Yeah.
Were they, Lloyd?
When they go against you, they're always homer calls. I don't even care if you're out of town; they're homer calls.
Homer calls. So
when they go against you,
I tell you, we'll watch. It'll be online here in a day or two.
There you go.
So we'll take a look at it and we'll decide ourselves if they were homer calls.
Yeah.
So wait a minute,
boys.
It was being filmed.
It was being filmed by our very own Lloyd Kirby.
No kidding.
Made the trip
for
to
what
Macomb.
radio station?
96.3 FM.
Have a seat over there, boys.
We'll
be with you in a minute.
I feel. I'll be honest. I feel like our radio station does a lot as well as keep others that may be walking people through the game, keeping them well informed keep up to date on what's going on with the.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's a big win for them. And I'm telling you, there's big things for Lincoln football this year. I mean, there is the conference change and the schedule.
Well, just to get that first win under your belt,
absolutely,
it just kind of relieves a little bit of the pressure. Where now maybe a little more relaxed, more obviously more confident, and now you carry over. We're going to be starting up in the Apollo, and it's a good thing. It's a morale booster, and it's exciting for the community, and it's going in the right direction.
Absolutely. I was going to say the Bloomington Raiders won big last night. Manual, the Bloomington Raiders. We got to talk about a little bit about the Bloomington Raiders. They got a big win last night.
What's Bloomington Raiders?
What's
what
that?
Are those?
Where are they at?
They're 60-6. They run it. Good morning, young lady. How are you? You going to talk on the radio?
No, thank you.
Okay. You're very serious. We have a little kid over there, Holden Snyder, that you'll have to pay attention to. His ho-ho. And 5'3", 140 pounds. He had
5'3" and what?
5'3", 140. He wrestles at 130. And he's an MMA fighter.
Did they see him?
You
Could they
can't
see
really
him?
do
He
it,
ran
but
between their legs.
That's exactly right.
He's tiny, and he runs like Barry Sanders, just stops and goes sideways. He had 200 yards and 5 touchdowns last night against
I thought you said
Peoria Manual.
230.
It's two. I'm going to give you the paper's wrong. It says 177 and 4 touchdowns. He had 200. It was 230, I think, for 5 touchdowns. It's incredible. Well, didn't play the fourth quarter.
What was the
And you
score?
weigh 130 pounds.
That sounds exhausting.
What was the score?
60-6.
Who'd you play?
Manual. Hey,
Manual not good?
No.
A lot of athletes.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of athletes, but yeah, I mean, not very good. No, it's all right. But very entertaining. So 2 big wins. Bloomington gets one. Lincoln gets one. You guys got to start rooting for Bloomington now a little bit. You know what I mean?
I don't have to do anything.
Oh boy! I'll tell you what. I'll make one phone call to a guy, and I'll bet you do.
And who's that?
There'll be some directives given.
Really?
Get him up.
Huh?
Get him up.
Get them up.
Get them up. Big fight tonight, guys.
There's a what?
There's a
We
big
get into
fight.
that now.
Well, we're saving that.
I'm just kind of
Coach Stuckey's
previewing
going
the show.
Yes,
Okay.
Coach Stuckey's going to be here in a
Okay,
couple
I'm
minutes.
just kind of outlining
We're
what we're
gonna
going to
talk
talk
some
about,
soccer.
Jake. I know you're not used to that, but that's what we're doing. There's an agenda.
Yeah. The funny thing is, there's no agenda, and
Why would there be?
you were going right into talking to that.
No,
and that's one of our big
I'm
ones.
giving you an outline what we're going to talk about today. We got some soccer kids coming in. Coach Stuckey bringing a few of his seniors, and
We got some coffee.
talk some soccer. NFL, we're deep into the preseason. Only a couple weeks left, and baseball. We talk about baseball. Lloyd's Phillies, man, beating up on my Cubbies
What in the-
last night.
Didn't
up with that?
didn't see that coming.
No. Get that smirk off your face.
Cubbies thought they were going to walk in there and just walk through it, and
Yeah.
ended up getting it handed to
I
them.
tell you, it's
Can the Phillies come back and get in it?
No.
boy, that was quick.
Thanks for your honesty.
Yeah.
They're not getting in it.
And we talked about this before, guys. This Mixler app.
That's what?
We got the top 10.
What
We
did he
got the
say?
top 10 listeners on the Mixler, or online listeners. And this is kind of amusing to me. Top 10 cities listening to us online. Number 1, we talked about Emden. Number 2, Calgary,
Yeah.
up in Canada.
Up-
Number
up
3,
there.
Chicago. Number
Yep.
4, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I like number 5.
Number 5 is unknown. ISIS, Al Qaeda, we don't know.
We don't, one of them really thinks we're informative.
Number 6, Burlington, Iowa. I assume.
Burlington's stepping up the
Number
game.
7, Lincoln.
And hey, hold on. And yet we keep our popularity for the favorite show between the hours of 9 and 10 on
That's
Saturday.
exactly right.
Now this is online, guys, so I'm assuming everybody else will listen to the radio. I hope.
Yeah.
Or we've got
Problem.
2.34 whatever that means. Indianapolis is number 8. Number 9 is Cicero, which up by Chicago. And number 10, I don't even know where this Moselle. Is that in Turkey? I don't know.
The NFL commissioner?
Pete Moselle.
Pete Moselle. Well, thanks,
maybe it was
Moselle.
Roselle.
He's got his own.
He's got his
town.
own town.
So that's the top 10 listening cities online to
Yeah.
to the Cheap Seat Saturday morning sports show.
And look, believe the soccer is here. So
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a commercial break.
Uh-oh.
We come back. We're going to have the soccer guys on. Tell us about their team, how their season started, and, you know, what they look forward to.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM. We are downtown Lincoln in front of Joe Ryan Country Financial. And on the show now is Coach Stuckey and 4 members of the 2017 Railer soccer team. Morning, guys.
Morning.
You got talking to that mic there.
Morning.
Unless your knee does the talking.
Yeah.
Sloan.
And they look real nice. I like the shirts.
They do. The shirts are.
Yeah, believe the hype.
Believe they all warm, man. You look good.
It does. Coach, thanks for taking some time this morning. Tell us a little bit about your team, how the season started, and any expectations you have from these young men.
We have high expectations this year, actually. We
Believe the hype.
Yeah. That's why I told the boys first day of practice that I don't usually pick a slogan for the year, you know, like some of our sports teams pick an annual slogan. This is this year's theme. Ours usually say Railer Soccer in whatever year it is. And this year we returned 7 starters. Could have been 8, but Blake Jones is a heck of a cross-country runner.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him one bit, but he opted to do just cross-country and focus on that because he's so good at it. There might be money there for college.
We're still salty.
Yeah.
Still salty? I like that.
Yeah.
Can he still come out? No, it's too late.
Yeah, no, it's too late. But other than that, we returned 7 starters. We returned the whole bench. And so we had to shuffle people around to fill in a few spots. But, yeah, we're expecting to, you know, have our best season ever, hopefully.
Is it now with the new conference? Is there a dominant team every year in soccer?
Yeah, see, I don't really know.
Well, now it's Lincoln.
Well, we hope
So
to
we
be.
wanna hear.
We hope to be real competitive in the new conference. You know, I feel like even in the Central State 8, we would have been pretty competitive, probably more so than any other year. Last year we got 5th, and of course all 10 schools in the CS8 have soccer. And in the Apollo, actually probably the other newcomer, Muhammad, is probably a team to beat along with Mattoon. So.
And you start out right now. You're 2-0, right?
Yeah, we played.
Let's talk about those matches, those games.
We played Williamsville Monday, and they smoked us last year. They beat us 9-2. It was, man, it was awful. It was embarrassing.
These guys.
We got some revenge on them.
Yeah. So and it was clear that the Williamsville kids, I would think, they probably thought they were going to have a cakewalk again. And I don't blame them for thinking that. Last year it was an easy win, and our guys. We actually didn't shoot very well. The first 4 chances we had, we could have had 4 goals, and we had 0, and they scored first. And it was actually one of those where I turned to my assistant coach, Josh Resba, and said, "What the heck? We could be killing these guys, and we're not even winning." But they started. These guys here all play offense. Ryan Boyd plays a little more defensive, but they're as good as any offensive
Tougher
players.
kid.
Yeah. I say they're very offensive. That's what I say. But they're as good as any 5 players we've ever had combined, our midfielders and forwards this year. So they can score in any game against any opponent.
So what's kind of off the beaten path here, what's the soccer program here in Lincoln done for you in the past few years? It seems to have grown, and all the fields out there. And
yeah, our club fields have our starting the soccer club has been a huge help. These guys here are seniors, and when we started that stuff, actually Alex's dad, Robert Bailey.
I know he's all involved, very involved, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's a huge part of why they're as good as they are, because I had Robert over to my house when Alec was probably in 2nd, 3rd grade and said, "I want to talk about doing a club here in Lincoln," and he coached those guys from the spring of 2010 when they were a 10U soccer team, about 4th grade maybe, 3rd grade.
Grab that mic.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to you guys here.
So they that's a huge part of it, and we will definitely lose a lot when these guys graduate. But we've got 14 freshmen. We've got kids coming in behind them through the junior high. So our club stuff is definitely starting to pay off.
And how long have you been here?
I got here in the fall of 04, so this is my 14th year.
Wow, that long.
So yeah, time flies
and
when you're
back
having
then,
fun.
how many did you have out? Like numbers, like now?
Numbers wise, then it was the same. It was good because back then the YMCA program had a lot of participation, but it waned over the years, and I think a lot of sports have shifted from
the kids want to be serious, they play travel ball, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, whether it's, so rec programs and local programs have gone down during that time, and the club participation, the travel has come up. So the low years were the middle. When I first got here, 04, 05, 06, we had a good number of kids, but 7, 8, 9, 2010 is where we were, 20 to 25 players, which is pretty small to field a JV and a varsity team.
And didn't you have the main man, Joe DeLillo? Did he come out and help you for a little bit?
He was before my time, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have his book. I got an autographed copy.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
He was a pretty unique individual. I mean,
Yeah.
he recently passed away.
Oh, did he? I didn't know
a few
that.
years ago. But
Okay.
to do what he did with one leg like
Yeah.
that was he's a very impressive
he played
guy.
College goalkeeper with one leg.
Yes, it's an
that's
impressive book.
Yeah, it is.
What he went
Yeah.
through. I was wondering if that was when you were here. Or
Yeah, it was the year. Well, his last year as the assistant for the boys was the year before I got there. Because my first year I was Tom Malhar's assistant.
I was just say it was Mallard.
It was Tom Malhar's last year. The same year he retired was the fall of 04.
So what are you looking for this year?
I don't usually predict, number of wins or anything, but for our team personally, the wins record is 11. We've done that 3 times. We did it in 04, 06, and 2012. And we hope to beat that. And then there's a whole bunch of records on the board that we would like to take down as well. We broke 3 of them last year. But what'll make it especially special this year, if we can do that, is most of these guys standing around here have relatives who played on the 2012 team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They'll have to tell us that.
Yeah. So they gave those guys a hard time last year. We missed their goals record from 2012 by 2 goals last year. And so I know their brothers and the cousin, they've been giving them a hard time that we didn't get it. So hopefully we'll get it this year. Passerby that's a fan.
I think that's Nick Gazzardo just
Nick.
Nick just driving around.
Surprised he's out of bed.
Yeah, Nick he may not have went to bed after that big win. He's probably trying to get TJ to bed. TJ probably won't go to bed. JT.
JT.
Jeez, JT.
Speaking of going to bed
like
early.
I just met the kid.
Yeah, he's
Hey, I had a long
he's getting
night.
up there in age.
Well, I am old.
Yeah.
Dementia setting in.
Yeah, hey, Gazzardo, don't be afraid to cook breakfast and run it back over here. And I know you're listening. All right, hey, let's talk to these guys then. Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Tell them who you are.
Alec Bailey, play midfield. I'm a senior.
And you're a senior. Oh, hang on, man.
Not
hang
done
on.
yet.
You got a lot of talking to do. All right, so how long have you been playing soccer? We just talked about it, but
I've probably been playing soccer I don't know, since kindergarten maybe.
yeah, they
So
rolled the
pretty
ball
long
out there in
time.
that yard, and you were going from birth, I believe.
Yeah.
Was your dad a soccer player?
No, not really.
Not,
Well, in
not
Spain,
organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Spain, he probably played, but when he came to America, he didn't really play that much.
That's probably where he picked up the love for it, huh? Because he's always been.
Oh, there's our number
Look at
one
Timmy
fan.
riding through
is it his birthday?
on a Harley only difference.
I believe it's
Hi, Timmy.
You know what today is?
Today is Timmy's birthday.
Today's
happy
Timmy
birthday,
Day.
Tim.
It's T Day.
Happy birthday,
Thank you.
30.
Soccer and football.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Hey, every sports team at the high school is undefeated right now, Tim. Yep.
And look what I got back here.
All right.
Hold on,
Oh,
wait
what
for
is
it.
he- What's he got?
All right.
Oh, he's sporting the new football hoodie.
McDougal number
Big
one.
Dougal.
I need a
That's-
soccer shirt now.
That's
Yeah, you do.
nice. That's
I'll have
nice.
to make one of those.
I'm going to tell you what, Timmy's always working for free things. He stopped by here all the time, wants something, needs something, wants something. Look at him.
Look, he's yeah.
I tell you what, though, he sports it proudly.
He
does.
Yeah, okay. We're going to interview for your birthday, Timmy.
Okay.
All right, jump back in there, Mr. Bailey. Yeah, you're not
All
done.
right. All right.
So you're a senior. What's the goals this year for you?
Right now, I have 4. And why are you asking like?
No, that was good.
The season,
That was a
or-
question. You have 4. Does that lead the team?
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Alec broke the goals scored in a season record last year. He had 26 goals for the season last year in 21 games. So,
That's pretty good.
and he wants to break that one again, and he's chasing the career record that Jason Parmenter set back in 07.
I
Wow.
think
So how many you need to
I
break that?
think the career record is 54. As a sophomore, I had 10, and last year I had 26. So probably
That's 36, Joe.
See if he can do the
I was
math.
gonna add-
Yeah, 36.
Grab that pencil.
Hold on.
I think I need about 15 to break it right now.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's what he's got left
Easy,
after the
Murph.
4. Yep.
Well, good for you. What's your plans next year?
I'm not really sure yet. I don't know what I want to study, or I know I want to go to college, but I don't know where or do what.
All right. You did a good job. You want to give a shout out to anybody?
Yeah.
Come on, they're listening. Give it to
No,
them.
it's fine. Or I guess I'll just say hi to my mom. Hey, Mom.
What about your dad?
Jeez.
Oh man,
Dad.
that's
Hey, Dad.
Just your mom.
Oh,
She's
man.
the one that cares the most.
Hold on. now.
About listening.
We're going to go off the air.
About listening to this show.
We're gonna need a commercial break.
We'll have your dad up here mad.
yeah. Robert might pull up in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he pulls up, I bet you take off running.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm faster than
Hey,
him.
he's still your dad. He will catch you and beat you out here on the
Yeah, you have
sidewalk.
to come home sometime.
That's right. You're going to need money eventually.
Better sleep with
Yeah.
one eye open.
I'll try.
That's good,
It
Sandman.
was. That's right. Yeah, I know.
All right, thanks. You can pass it around.
I'm Cole Clockingay. I'm a senior and I play midfield.
And how are you? And how long you been playing? Forever too, huh?
Yeah, since kindergarten.
Wow. Did you guys all play together?
Yeah, me and him did, and Ryan. Tate didn't start till like 5th grade or so.
I was a football player.
It took
Yeah.
a while to convince Chuck to let him switch to soccer.
Yeah. And well, I think that helmet messes his hair up. Some. But anyway, back to Mr. Clockingay. Did your yeah, you've been playing forever. So did your dad play or no? Mom play?
No, my dad's a farmer. He wasn't
I know your
too
dad.
big into sports. So.
No, but he gets out there for that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he comes and watches my games. So.
And so as a midfielder, does that take your chances of scoring away more so than other ones, or no?
No, no, they they're involved in the offense.
So how many goals you have this year? You got some in?
I don't have any yet.
He hit the
but-
post against Pleasant Plains.
Yeah, I've had chances. I probably should have scored by now.
Yeah, we need to
Well,
work
that's
on
only 2
that.
games, so yeah.
2 games. Yeah.
he'll get all these guys will get goals during the season. So because we started with 2 wins, but they were two decent opponents. You know, there's some on the schedule where these guys only play half a game, and then we'll pull them out, and they'll all have goals before we pull them out. So
How many games are in a season?
25 before
25?
before regionals.
Before
Yeah,
regionals.
we'll have 25 counting the tournaments.
We get any tournaments here?
No, ours are both on the road. So
All right. Your future plans?
I plan to attend ISU. I don't know.
knew it was Illinois State. I knew that.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna study though. But
it's not ag.
Farming, ag,
maybe
Doesn't
ag.
know.
I don't know yet.
Marketing.
astronomy.
I don't know.
Just go marketing.
You never know. Insurance.
Smartest path.
Furniture salesman. Is that a
Marketing.
is that a degree?
Marketing. There you go.
Thinking
You
marketing.
want to give a shout
Yeah.
out?
Just shout out to my mom and dad.
All right, both of them, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
What about
Okay.
your older
Just
brother
checking.
Kyle? His older brother
Oh,
Kyle
yeah.
was 2012.
Yeah, Kyle be listening.
So he
maybe.
No, he's at school. He's not listening. He's not up.
I'm Tate Sloan. I'm a senior and I play left mid.
Left mid and Tate. Everybody wants to know, how do you get your hair like that?
Months of growing it out. Months of growing it out.
You gotta get that to go over with the blow dryer, or that just go like that. Is it trained?
Depends on the day. It depends if I'm in a hurry or not.
Depends on the humidity, Joe. If it's
Yeah.
humid out,
Yeah.
he's got to put some product in
The-
there.
It
the
looks
towel
good.
takes longer.
You know.
it's been growing ever since basketball ended, and he's gonna get a cut.
It's
Neil's putting a stop to that.
You don't have a hair policy,
He's
huh?
gonna get a cut. No,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
not gonna fly.
I cut
Yeah.
it for senior pictures. That was the last one.
okay, so that was a month ago.
Yeah.
He'll be all cleaned
Yeah.
up in
Yeah.
November.
He'll get a trim before basketball practice starts.
And how long you been playing soccer then?
I played YMCA, quit like 4th and 5th grade year to play football, and then came back to it about 6th grade year.
These guys are glad you're back, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That's good for you. What's your plans next year?
No idea. I don't even know what I want to study, but I want to go to college.
And what about basketball? You want to go to the hoop, or just play defense?
I'm not very good shooter. I'm just more of a defender.
Well, the closer you get, the easier it is. That's what Kirby told me. To the basket.
I always dunk it. That's the
You
you know
haven't dunked
that-
anything but
that's
a
a higher
donut.
percentage.
I wish I could dunk.
You tell you what, you stop by Mellow Cream, he'll show you how to dunk. Look at him.
There you go.
Dunkin' Donuts here
Yeah.
for too long.
Ooh, that'll
Oh
be
yeah, that'll be good when it shows up.
good. You got a shout out for anybody?
We need the tent.
Shout out to Blake. I know you wish you were here, but
Yeah.
He's running.
My name's Ryan Boyd. I'm a senior and I play defensive midfield.
And you've been playing soccer forever too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, forever.
Not for sure how long.
Jumped out and kicked the football around for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, you enjoyed that, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm a little upset I couldn't play this year, but being my senior year, I needed to focus on what I wanted to go to college to play. So.
No, that's the right call. You're and been playing forever, and your dad, he wasn't much of a soccer player, I don't think. Did your mom play?
No.
Your dad was more of a baseball player, probably.
Yeah, he played. I know he played basketball too.
I know all about him. He used to play catch with his dad all the time. He's a good guy.
And Rod coached these guys, in the Y too over the years, and he would help Robert at the FC practices as needed. So those are the two guys that really coached them up from the time they were tiny up to now. And like I said, that's a big part of why they turned out so good for us.
Well, and it is a big part to have that help.
Yeah.
With those kids at a younger age, and then have them kind of want to do what you want to do.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of times people want to go.
And they want to enjoy it. If they don't enjoy it, they'll quit. They'll find something else to do. And these guys are all good athletes. And you get good athletes that are little kids, you got to try and keep them in it somehow.
Good athletes, bright, good-looking kids. And I guess at the end, did you say something that you guys put a little routine together or something? Aren't you guys singing and doing a little skit?
I mean, Alec might be able to. Alec can sing opera.
Well, a couple of them got yelled at for singing on the bus the other night on the way home. I was like, this isn't the girls' program.
Well, hold on, though. After a W, it's okay.
Yeah, well, they were singing Taylor Swift.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if that was not okay.
I don't know if any of these guys were the ones involved. But,
you guys take this with you. We're not singing any Taylor Swift stuff. You know what I mean? You got to be tough guys.
It was the freshman, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. That's a good thing to say anyway while we're on the air.
That's a good thing to say. Now, what's your plans next year?
I know I want to go to college. I'm not for sure where I want to go. I think I want to go for athletic training or physical therapy.
That's good.
Not for sure where yet. I hope to play soccer, but
that's the key. How about a shout out to anybody?
Shout out to my parents. I know they're listening, and shout out to Megan because she got up and decided to tune in and listen to us too.
Well, you know what? That's good. You guys got people to shout out to. Now let's sing a song. Go ahead with your little thing. Who's going to lead?
I think Cole and Alec are the best singers here.
Well, let's hear some Taylor Swift.
It's Tay. He's the one on the speaker.
All right, let's go little Taylor then. Go ahead. 30 seconds of it.
I'm not the singer. It's the freshman. We didn't bring him with us, so.
Yeah. I would blame the freshmen too. There's 14 of them, like I said, and they can be pretty annoying as a group. It's like herding cats. So
they're just
annoying freshmen.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, it sounds like you guys are off and running.
Yeah.
And you've got some experience. And
when's the next game?
This coming weekend. We actually have a long time off because we don't normally have a full week with any game without any games, but we play an East Peoria tournament this coming weekend, 2 Friday night, 2 Saturday night. So we did get some really bad news yesterday because Brandon DeAndrea, who had 2 goals and an assist against Williamsville and an assist for one of Alec's goals against Pleasant Plains, broke his tibia in the game against Plains and will need surgery. And so he's probably out for the season, which is definitely not 2 games in, and we lost one of our starters.
Yeah.
So
that's too bad.
Yep. But we still we'll have to fill his role, and we still look to be real competitive.
Now you say you play 2 games in one night.
Yeah, and actually this year he gave us a weird schedule for East Peoria where we play back to back on Friday night. So we play Monmouth Roseville, who's always a real good. They're a smaller school. They're Class A, but they're always very good at soccer. If you know the area there, Monmouth, and some of the inhabitants, they've got some good soccer talent there. And then we follow that up 20 minutes after that game ends. We'll play Peoria Manual, and then Saturday they have some games in the morning, but we don't have any games in the morning because we're playing some later Friday ones. Then there's a football game on there. It's a turf field. And then there's soccer again Saturday night, and we play back-to-back again. We'll play Eisenhower first, and then 20 minutes after that, we'll play East Peoria.
So now, does that kind of change your coaching philosophy with back-to-back games like that? Because one game is, pretty tough on the kids as far as, stamina and, so a lot of substitutions or...
Yeah, hopefully you can get the starters some rest at some point. Friday night, Monmouth will be a really tough team. We've never beaten them. We've always played them really well, but they've always won, and so I don't know how much rest these guys will get in that one, but because you got to go for the win. Luckily, these 4 guys behind me are in this year. It's one of those seasons where I tell particular players, you're not going to sub out unless you're tired. So you tell me if you're tired. I mean, we pay attention to them. If they're looking gassed, we might take them off. But I mean, against Pleasant Plains the other night, Tate got a cramp with like about 8 minutes left in his calf, so he came off, and then Cole actually played 79 minutes and 20 seconds, and his leg cramped up with 40 seconds left in the match. So I was like, he couldn't finish the match. I mean, come on. Yeah.
Wow.
And then Ryan and Alec were in the whole match. So we basically asked them to play 80 minutes if they can stand it. So
80 minutes of running.
Yeah.
It's your total for the last 2 years, isn't it?
Probably 4 or 5.
That's pretty good.
It is good.
Well, it sounds like you're off and running. Pardon the pun. We're funny on here too. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll have you back in middle of season.
Yeah, we'd love to check
Tell
back
us how
in.
you're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Check back in with you.
All right, guys.
Good luck to you guys.
Yeah, good luck. Enjoy it. The flies by. Before you know it.
Last chance for a song, fellas.
Yep,
yeah,
last
come on.
chance.
You'll be all right then when we have you guys back on. You got to have one ready.
Bring a freshman or two so they can lead you.
Yeah. I don't know if you want them on the air. It's hard telling what to say.
All right, guys. Thanks for stopping in today, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We come back. We're going to have a birthday boy on here.
Oh, there you go.
So stay tuned. You're on the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Timmy. Happy birthday, Timmy.
Thank you.
Timmy McDougal.
Go Whalers and go Cubbies.
That's right.
And I don't know about the Cardinals.
No,
they can keep that cat.
That's right. Skin the cat, right?
Yeah. Shave the cat off.
Timmy, your Raiders won last night. Did you go to the game?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
It was 12 years when they first got a first win of the season.
12 years ago, huh? So you were
back when Daddy Joe was the coach, back 2005.
2005. That's a long time ago, Jimmy.
Yeah, that should be a trivia question. Yes.
Trivia question.
Well, you just gave the answer, so now we can do it. So you took the trip over to Macomb. How'd the team look, Tammy?
They're not that bad. They're going to be improving.
Yep, going to get better every day.
Yep.
That's right.
Like Joe does.
Yeah, I get
that. Get like the Cubbies.
That's right. You get better with age.
I think you're giving
Timmy,
Joe too much credit.
What are you going to do on your birthday? I know you're traveling around, getting you ready to get some breakfast or the Mellow Cream.
Go Mellow Cream, and then after that, ride my bike around town a little bit, then go to Mom's Arcade and have me bring breakfast.
You just ride around waiting to eat at different times, don't you?
Yeah. And then later on, I go volunteer at the Bloom Festival, do the waters out there, and then later on, my mom will take me to eat at the Blue Dog.
All right.
Another place to eat.
Yes.
Man.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
That sounds like a good day.
It does.
It's a good day.
Yeah,
good day.
And it's beautiful outside.
Nice, beautiful day.
Nice. Hope I can see the balloons go up tonight.
Yep.
Hope so.
You're going to make it, Timmy.
Yes.
You want to sing a song or anything?
Probably not.
No?
Or I sing, Go Cubs Go, Go Cubs Go.
That's a good song.
Well, he can get in with you. Why don't you do it? You're Cub fans.
Oh, we are Cub fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Lincoln, we are proud of you.
Sing that one.
I don't know the words.
Oh, boy.
We know that.
Well, there's no Cardinals theme song. We're sorry.
The Cardinals are quiet.
We just win.
We don't have to have little goofy theme songs to drag in fans. We just win ball games. You know what I'm saying?
Not as
lately.
And titles, and they get good luck getting cat on their field.
And squirrels.
And squirrels. Well, when the cat gets on the cut field, we don't win. Or a goat.
Or goat.
Good point.
Or
that guy up there that tried to catch that ball that time and jinxed him.
Well, we gave him a World Series.
Yeah, he got a ring out of that.
Yeah.
Now, Timmy, here's our last question today for you.
What?
Who's going to win the fight?
I do not know. Let the best men win.
Let the best man win. I
The
don't
best
know.
man win.
That was
Yes.
a pretty good answer. I think we should make you take
I
one.
know though there is a best man.
I was gonna say, yeah.
They're very
both-
entertaining.
They're both trash.
Sketchy.
Let the best trash talker win.
Yes, true.
All right, Timmy.
Timmy,
Well, thanks for
okay.
stopping by today, and go get your donut.
Yes.
And,
And
we'll-
here come, hopefully, one of our future sheriff. But it has to be a coin toss.
Timmy's a politician.
I tell you what, he rides on both sides of that fence, doesn't he?
Oh no, he knows what he's doing.
all right, that's Timmy McDougal, the birthday boy. Number one Raider fan, number one Cub fan.
Number one Raider fan. And Timmy dropped by his bike, and he's really, if you see Timmy, throw him some food because he's looking to ride around and eat all day.
He's hungry.
And Timmy's going to
Boy
pass
can
the
eat.
headphones to Mark Landers. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
And Mark, you're in the running for the new Logan County Sheriff.
I am.
And,
Thanks for having me.
tell us kind of what you've been up to as far as getting out in the community and, what you have in plan.
All right. Well, it's been a busy few months, and like I just said, we talked about campaigning through the county. Been to a lot of those pancake and sausage breakfasts.
How the clothes fit?
Little tighter now.
Yeah, guy tends to eat more of those.
Right. Well, currently I'm Chief Deputy of Operations there at the Logan County Sheriff's Office, and
How long you been there?
I've been in law enforcement 24 years.
It was a long time.
And came out of the military and went straight into corrections first, and then into law enforcement. Worked at Pontiac Prison there for a year before I got hired as a police officer, and then worked with the Atlanta Police Department for 7 years, and then was hired by the Sheriff's Office and been moving up through the ranks. And then Sheriff Nichols decided that he was going to retire after this term, and had a conversation with him and decided it was time for me to make that move.
Absolutely. Now, are you running against anybody, or is
Yeah, it's a contested Republican primary.
I don't know. I'm not following.
I thought you did know.
That's all right. Yeah, it's a contested Republican primary. Miles Craig will be my opponent.
Okay.
Good kid.
Yeah.
But I think it's a position that needs some experience, and I believe that I've got enough of that in law enforcement, and with 14 years of military experience, that's going to benefit me in that position.
And this is kind of stepping out of your comfort zone, isn't it? Running for sheriff and putting your name on things, advertising.
I know how to be a police officer. Becoming a politician is part of this position. I understand that, but I truly believe that the knowledge that comes with, having been not just a patrolman or a supervisor, but a detective for 13 years and working the investigations and knowing how to handle homicides and narcotics investigations, those are all things that are going to lend themselves towards a smooth transition for my agency. The corrections experience, I think, is vital as well. One of our primary responsibilities up there is the jail, and that can be a nightmare sometimes. So,
what was Pontiac like? You were there for a year.
Pontiac was an eye-opening experience for a 24-year-old kid coming out of the Army. I was an undercover narcotics officer in the military. Worked homicides and general crimes, violent crimes in the military, and then when I came back, Pontiac Prison was hiring. The prison system was hiring. I actually accepted the position without knowing which prison I was going to, and then I talked to a friend of mine and I said, hey, I got hired by Department of Corrections. He's like, great, which prison? I said, I don't know, Department of Corrections. Does it matter which one? He goes, it matters. So I said yes to the first person that called, and that was Pontiac Prison. They call it a gladiator school up there. So it was
Do people stick around there forever at Pontiac, or do they get there, see how it is, and try to move to a different prison, or do you have?
There were some veterans there. I mean, I worked with some 20-year guys there that were. I mean, they were some
and that's
solid
a
veterans.
Dangerous place.
It was. It was at the time back then. I think that any time you walk in those walls as a correctional officer, you got to give respect to those folks, man. The men and women that work inside those walls every day. They do something not a lot of people want to do.
No, absolutely.
And should be,
And when the other person has nothing to lose.
Exactly. I got stabbed while I was there by a guy who was serving 2 life terms, and so he had nothing to lose. I got cut, got scar to prove it. Not making things up, but
stabbed you in the face.
He ended up, he's not a pretty mug to begin with, so he didn't help me at all.
And there went your modeling career.
Right. But he ended up getting an additional 7 years for it. So with 2 life sentences.
Yeah, look at you. You get a scar and everything else.
Right. But it was an experience. So But yeah, so after that, when I was offered that position with the Atlanta Police Department, I accepted that, and that began the continuation of my policing career.
Oh, so you've learned a lot from that. And then let's talk a minute about, and I don't know if these are like questions about campaign things.
Sure.
But you hear all the talk, I mean, obviously you hear all the talk about the heroin and everything else going on and this and that. I mean, what do we, I don't mean that to be a campaign question. Or
no,
whatever,
no, you're absolutely right.
What do we do about that stuff? How do you?
You know, it has to be a multiple tiered approach. You have to. We've proven. Look, I came into law enforcement in 1992, and we had drugs back then. I came up through the crack cocaine age. You know, heroin. This epidemic has spread, and I think it took America by surprise because it wasn't an inner city problem. You know, it's a rural as well as a city problem, and it's these young kids. And what I've talked about. And I guess this, it's touched home or too close to home.
Good morning.
Good morning. Where I've had, I've had friends lose kids, and these aren't. You typically look at people tend to look at drug addicts as, from poor homes, broken homes, inner cities, and that's not the case.
Somebody
with
over
this
here.
one. Yeah, it's somebody else's problem, and it's not. And what I call it is the ripple effect. Good people's kids are making bad decisions. And one bad decision can lead to another, and before you know it, you got a dead kid, and that family then has to live with, not only the loss of their child, but then there's always that stigma associated with, well, it's a drug overdose. You know what I mean? And it's that ripple effect, and it's tearing our communities apart. So it's not just, you can't just look, our jail's full, but drug users go to jail and go to prison and come out and they're still drug users. You don't fix the problem by stacking them in bunks, because DOC will tell you, they don't have room for all of them. Right. So we've got to approach it from a bunch of different ways. I'll tell you this, my stance on drug dealers, we're putting every single one of them in prison. We're going to focus on narcotics, and if you want to call that a campaign, that's what it is. I did it. I know how to do it. I've worked multiple conspiracy investigations. I worked narcotics as a state police task force officer assigned from the county to the state police for a few years. I know how that's supposed to be done. I know how to work it. So that's going to be one of our primary. The other part of it is DARE and experiencing. Look, I just started teaching DARE last year. It was a great experience. Probably one of the hardest schools I ever went through. Educationally wise in law enforcement, they didn't make you run a lot, but they sure made you learn how kids learn and accept that information that you got coming. And last year we graduated 85 kids in the county out of 5th grade in DARE, and every place I've gone this summer I've seen one of those kids, and it's always like, hey Sergeant Landers, I was sergeant back when I was teaching that. And that's how you build those relationships. I'm going to put a plug in here, and I'll just do it because, not just because they're friends of mine, but because they made an impact on this community. Show me a kid in Logan County doesn't know Scott Brown or Jay Berglund, who taught DARE in this community for 15 plus years. Even those kids that we've had to arrest will talk to those two gentlemen with respect because they've built that relationship with them. That's what we got to do.
No, 100% correct there. Yeah. Those guys doing good things with all that. Yep, sure. Yeah, is our jail here full?
Yeah, we have a 65 person capacity jail. I think we average somewhere around 45 to 50 right now.
Oh,
so,
wow.
We're seeing a lot more.
Never would have thought that.
Yeah, it's with us. With us being on so many main highways and routes, we get a lot of that as well. But just the community, we've got some good cops doing some good work. We got some good narcotics officers out there hitting it, and we're just going to keep that pressure on until people come to this community, revitalize this community, live here, raise a family here. We got a great home.
Well, I've always said that police officers are the most underpaid people that we have around.
In today's society as well, we see it all over the world. The police officer, they're getting a bad rap. They're getting, it's just, it seems like nobody has respect for a police officer these days, and your guys is, you guys are kind of limited what you can do now because with social media, cell phones, all this other, how are you gonna kind of, control that in Logan County to where you interact with the community, because a lot of people, when they say they get pulled over, they're scared.
Right.
It's got to be, how do you go about repairing that relationship with the community?
I truly believe that, I came up in the 90s in law enforcement. We had Rodney King. We had all that going on back when I came up. So I've experienced that type of issue before, just as it's one time in my life where my age has actually benefited me. I've lived through that, being 48 years old. But, we're fortunate here in Logan County. In all honesty, this is one of those communities where this is going to sound... we police our friends and neighbors. I know
exactly.
I grew up here. These are friends of mine. Now, don't get me wrong. We've got folks here that I don't know, and people that have moved into our community that have that. I've been on a traffic stop where somebody's raised their hands and said, "Don't shoot," when it's a simple traffic stop because you were driving kind of goofy. And you just walk up and you tell them, and after you talk to them and you interact with them, they talk about not being able to community police on a county level because we have such a wide area and we're not walking a beat. That's completely false. My guys get out of their cars when they see a business open. They'll go talk to those people and they make relationships and they talk to them, and that's how we got to do it. But I truly, honestly believe in my heart that it starts with the kids. You got to start young. The one thing that I guess gets me quite a bit is when it happened just this past summer at a baseball game where a parent called me over. "Can you talk to my son?" "Yeah, absolutely." "Would you tell him you're going to take him to jail if he doesn't take his seatbelt? If he doesn't put a seatbelt on?" "That's not what we want. That's not what we want." I said, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But you try to build those relationships so they're not afraid of us and they want to come to us and they want to talk to us.
Yeah, you don't want them to be scared of a police officer. You want their respect.
Absolutely.
And doing something like that, that's just going to put the fear. I mean, we've all been guilty of it. Yeah. Your kids are in trouble. You better quit or I'm going to call the cops.
Right.
And that's the
cops are mean people.
and that's today's society. That's what people, are doing. They're making you guys to be as the bad guys, where you guys are out on the streets putting your lives at risk to protect these thugs, and it's
and you're right. The social media is an aspect of law enforcement we've never had to deal with before, but now, our guys will be on a stop and there'll be another car sitting there videotaping the whole incident. But all I say to that is, that's okay. These guys, every guy that I work with, whether it's a city police officer, a county deputy, or Atlanta or Mount Pulaski police officer, every single one of those guys want to do this job right. And they're out there being as professional as they know how. They know their job and hold us accountable. I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
We wear... there's a point in time coming where every one of our squad cars has a camera already. We want that camera there. We want it there to protect you and to protect us. Body cameras are coming. Technology is the situation that we're going to have to deal with, but I'm okay with that, and my guys are okay with that because we're out there doing it right.
Right, and if you are doing it right, the cameras, it's just going to cover you.
Absolutely.
It's those select few police officers that are giving everybody else the bad rap, and it's unfortunate, but it's just the way today's society is.
It is, and you hate to see that, because in every profession there's those people that take it and they skew it or they use it for their personal benefit or do something inappropriate. We don't judge the whole profession by the mistakes of a few.
Right.
Well, have you ever heard of a company called Nightscope, you guys? They're getting ready to IPO, I think, not till next year, but they're talking about, they have these robots that for lack of a better word, they look like R2-D2 that they're putting out in like mall parking lots and everywhere. And that's their big thing. They look goofy, but they don't want to scare the kids. They don't want to scare the people, and they're there for 24-hour protection. They can smell, they can sense, they record everything, to keep, so that an officer doesn't have to walk around in that and do it. It's a very interesting concept they have, which, going back to the cameras.
You must have bought some stock into it. That's where this is going.
I think I'm going to. It hasn't IPO'd yet. But it's along the same sense. They're trying to protect law enforcement, so you're not that guy that has to stand out there. But yet they don't want to scare anyone off, so they have these little R2-D2 looking things. They're going to be in malls and everywhere.
Well, and you see that a lot of agencies are having to do more with less, just budget cuts and constraints, and you're losing people. Fortunately, we're okay here, and we could always use more guys because there's never enough. You have to combat the drug situation that we so seriously have in this community, and yet still leave enough guys work in uniform and in patrol to be able to be out there and patrolling in the communities and taking those theft reports and things like that. So it's a balance, and you got to know how to handle that.
Well, Mark,
when is the election?
The election will be March 20th
So
of this coming year.
Okay.
Yep. If I may, short plug, I do have a fundraiser coming up.
Absolutely.
September 7th at the KC Hall from 5 to 7 p.m. If you're interested, come on out. We're going to have pulled pork sandwiches and all the fixings. If you're interested, come and see me, get to know me. That's my biggest thing out here, is just trying to let folks know who I am, put a face with the name, and the good thing about this election is that they have a choice, and that's never a bad thing.
Well, two good choices. That's right. Good. Miles, good boy too.
Yeah, you good kid, absolutely.
All right, Mark. Well, good luck. We appreciate what you guys do on the streets. You probably don't get a whole lot of compliments. It's always usually, when you're dealing with people, it's usually not good. But keep up the good work, and good luck in March.
All right, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Mark.
Well, hey, that's going to do it for us. Jake, I didn't even know you were here. Jesus.
He's been silent.
Sneaking.
Jake's been silent.
Put me over in the corner and don't let me talk.
Well,
you
talk
don't put
now.
Jake
Tell
in
us
the
something.
corner. Tell us something so he can.
Hey, hold on, Mark, before you leave. Who's going to win the fight?
Oh man, I gotta go with the Irish guy.
Yeah,
go with the Irish guy. The Irish guy. That's right. McGregor.
All that.
All right, that's going to do it for us here at the Cheap Seats. Balloon Fest weekend, guys. Beautiful day for it.
Balloon Fest weekend. Scotty's going to have the fight.
Oh, I might. We'll see. I see what's going on. I would
We're showing
love
up your house whether you like
Yeah,
it or
run
not.
that music, Jim.
Hey, where are we at next week, Jim? Do we know?
We might be out
Lincoln
It doesn't
Lincoln
matter.
Park District.
the wreck.
Oh, we're at the rec. Maybe.
Maybe.
I already talked to John Andrews. We're good to go.
We're good to go.
What's going on out there?
Baseball tournament.
Grade school baseball tournament.
Oh, all right. It looks like
county
we're
baseball
out there. County baseball tournament out the rec next weekend. Thanks for tuning in to Cheap Seats 96.3 FM.
Good day.